It's rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity. Who is this rebel against defeat? Well, I'll tell you what. Rebel against defeat is exactly that. Rebelling against defeat or the system. It's basically a secret red pill mantra. So work with it. I was married for 2 decades. I got married at 24. Do the math. I have 3 kids. They're pretty much all grown. 2 of them have left the house. The youngest is still in high school. I have 2 boys. My boys are conservative. My boys understand alpha. They are being taught the red pill. They are being taught female nature. I don't tell them not to date. I tell them what to look out for. You know, they need to make their own decisions. And especially in red pill, we have to decide how we present this to people. Because most people, most of our friends that are men that are married or divorced, most of them don't accept this, right? It comes when it comes. So I'm slow. My kids get it. They're seeing a lot of divorce. A lot of their friends' parents are divorcing. They're seeing a lot of the women go very feminist, liberal, and so forth. I'm a huge mountain biker. I'm a huge skateboarder. I rode for Santa Cruz and Vision growing up. I love metal. I love alternative music, although it's kind of simpy. But I grew up with my favorite bands are The Cult, L.A. Guns, Motley Crue. I love punk rock from the Sex Pistols, Generation X to Fugazi, Minor Threat, Bad Brains. So if this rings a bell. I do like a little bit of country music. I know it's simpy, but I like old school country like Dwight Yoakam and Johnny Cash, you know, very old school type country. I love Elvis. I think Elvis is terrific. I've been to Memphis. I've been to Graceland. I went on a 3-day event in Memphis just to see where Elvis grew up, his high school, Sun Studios, and so forth. So if there's any folks in the Tennessee area or Kentucky area, Cincinnati area, I love that place. I travel a lot for work. I've been to multiple countries. I'm in healthcare. I deal with C-level executives that are miserable. Most of them are beta males. They're beta with relationships. They're kind of alpha with the folks that they deal with. But most of them are extremely beta male. Even the C-level executives. It's crazy. I think Elon Musk is a beta male. I think Mark Zuckerberg is a beta male. It's just, most of them have a very different mentality. So you have to deal with it. I deal with a lot of women in my trade, a lot of women that I sell into, a lot of healthcare facilities that I sell into are run predominantly by women, especially in the area in the department I deal with. So I deal with a lot of that. I see hypergamy everywhere at conferences and so forth. But I want everybody to know something. I've been through family court. I've been through divorce. It took 29 months to divorce. I've had false allegations against me, which were dropped. No, I was never arrested or had a felony. In fact, I met the cop about 4 years later. He was living close to me, and I said, "Do you remember me? You showed up at midnight." At the time, my ex-wife had called, claiming such and such, and he's like, "Yeah, we totally knew what was going on." This is coming from a cop. 4 officers showed up at midnight. My kids were awakened, destroyed them in so many different ways. But the cop showed up and he's like, "We deal with this all the time. We knew you had no record. You were 5 days out from your initial divorce proceedings, which was temporary orders, and we knew that something was going on." So I'm like, wow. He goes, "Yeah, we do this all the time. Domestic violence, false allegations, and custody enforcement is what these cops do. Completely, it's old hat to them. And they ran my background before they showed up, and they realized there was nothing on me, and it went away. They tried to use it at the hearing. It didn't work. But we're 4 or 5 years out. I think we get along in the point that we're raising our last son together, and I just I just deal with that from that angle. Only if I have to respond or let her know that I'll be out of town. or and so forth. So just communication logistics from that end. But I've dated single mothers in the last 5 years. I've dated single gals that have never been married and had no kids. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Remember this term, AWALT. All women are like that. You cannot mess with female nature. This channel that I do is real, guys, because I've lived it. I was an alpha male when I met my wife. She, after the 3 kids, turned me into kind of beta male-ish just because I felt sad. I didn't understand frame in the late 90s. I got married in 97. So, and then when I realized I wasn't getting, I was losing myself, I turned back to who I was, started skateboarding again, started lifting weights, started mountain biking and so forth. And, she wasn't having it. So that's who I am. Okay, I've been through it. I've dated post-divorce. I dated beautiful women pre-marriage. I got married. I saw the game change a year into my marriage. Okay, actually not even a year, probably 4 months into it. And then, I was, I don't want to say tricked into having a kid, but my first daughter came very quick. That's all I'm going to say. Even though she was on the appropriate birth control medications. So I will let you guys think what happened. But now she, she's doing her thing, and she gears toward the more liberal side, and which is fine. Everybody has their choices. I don't deal with that. I can't stand dealing with liberal feminist women. They're annoying. They're victim-minded. They want beta males, but they don't. So guys, everything I say on this channel is what I've lived through. I have no desire to consult. I will, if you need help, just send me an email. I will respond. I try to respond to most comments, most, inquiries. I don't charge. It's stupid. I want to help. If I can help one person save themselves, because I was in the depths of destruction. I've been through counseling. I was served papers at my kitchen counter to be divorced, and it rocked my world because I went into fix-it mode, right? I wanted to go the distance with 3 great kids and a foundation we built. So I've been there. I've got the experience not only in court. I had a great lawyer, and I got everything that was owed to me from a fairness, right? 50-50 custody, and so forth. So, because kids need mom and a dad. So I've been through it. Every video I talk about, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be blindsided. I know what it's like to have an affair on you. I know what it's like to be lied to. I know what it's like when the person changes. I know what it's like post-divorce dating. I know what it's like on these apps, because I did it 5 years ago. Okay? I know what it's like. And I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing better than chasing excellence, than getting up and lifting weights and doing what you do. Because guess what? All women are like that. It's as simple as that. There's nothing else I can say. So if you guys have any questions or need help, you send me an email, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. This is Rebel Against Defeat. Chase excellence, masculinity, men first.